Hey, manufacturing world, welcome to another episode of Shop Matters, sponsored by Okuma America Corporation. I'm your host, Wade Anderson. I'm the product specialist manager for Okuma, and joining me today, I've got Nicole Walter from HM Manufacturing. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Of course. This is always my first stop, so this is great
I have
to see.
to ask, let's start with an introduction.
Okay.
I think your face, everywhere I go, I see the face of Nicole Walter everywhere.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, tell us a little bit about Nicole Walter.
Yeah, so Nicole Walter, President and CEO of HM Manufacturing. We are based in Wakanda, Illinois, and we primarily manufacture gears, timing belt pulleys, splines, and shafts.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fantastic. So how long have you been coming to IMTS?
Since I was 8 years old. So I will say it's been super surreal because I remember, coming here with my dad as a little kid and like picking up all the swag bags and, even 6 years ago, I was like, oh, what I would do to like be a bigger part of IMTS. And so it was pretty crazy to see my face everywhere, to be a really big part of IMTS and Okuma. So it's been great. It's been an awesome journey.
That's awesome. Do you remember the first machine you bought at IMTS?
Yes, it was I think it was a robo drill from Fanuc by Method, so I know I shouldn't be saying that at Okuma.
That's all right. Very cool. Okay,
Yeah.
So next question, do you remember the first Okuma that you bought?
Yes, I do. That was in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did that take place at the show?
It did take place at the show. So it was a CNC lathe, and then after that we got the mill, that MV right over there, and now we're looking for another one.
All right, excellent. Very good. So I love the story of HM Manufacturing.
Yeah.
Tell us just a brief history of HM and where the name comes from.
So my dad started the business in 1979, and it was because he was a Formula One race car driver. And so he was constantly tinkering with gear ratios, and he thought he could do it better. So he started to do like all the manufacturing and stuff in the basement of my grandparents' house. And so when he came up with the idea of HM Manufacturing, it was because he didn't have a name. And so it was my grandmother who suggested saying HM as in homemade. So that's what the acronym stands for.
So a lot of people, I think, would assume that it's HM as a family name, but it's actually homemade.
It is. And so I used to get
incredible.
mad because I was like, why couldn't there be like a Walter or something with more significance? And then the more that you start to understand the story, the more you kind of fall in love with it because it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a neat tie-in, too, where he started as a race car driver, decided he could do things better.
That's right.
And there's a little bit of a unique tie-in there with Okuma, and that's how Aichi Okuma started the manufacturing company that we know today as Okuma America, or Okuma Corporation Japan. He started out by making roller dies for noodle making machines, figured he could make things better, and decided the equipment that was available on the market wasn't of good enough quality to roll the dies that he was making, and that led him into making machine tools. And eventually, that's what we have out here on the floor today.
Incredible.
So
isn't it great to
funny
see the
how
transitions?
That mindset, kind of takes place. So when did you take over HM Manufacturing?
4 years ago.
Okay.
So it almost seems like a lifetime because of COVID, but
Right.
it's been great to see the transformation of the business, the additions to the business, and it's even better that my dad's still around and shows up every day. Even when I want to like kick him out the door, he still comes. So it's great.
Yeah, oh, that's good. I had the pleasure of meeting him the last time I was there at your plant. So
yeah, he's running around somewhere, so I'm sure you'll see him soon.
So how big is your shop? How many employees do you have? Things of that nature.
Yeah, 25, and we're growing, and so I think now the next wave of what is going to happen with HM is going to go down the automation route, and so we're looking for that. We're looking to try to see how we can adapt to the next wave of technology, what that looks like. And so I'm tasked to just do me, and everyone else is going to be here kind of looking for new machinery, new technology, whether it's a different ERP system, in addition to the ERP system, automation and newer equipment, as well as I know my dad right now is in the West Wing looking for tooling. So we're just trying to get new ideas and ramp up.
So that leads me into asking, how do you leverage IMTS? You know, you have a show this large. How does a company like yours, how do you block and tackle a show like this? How many people do you bring? Things like that.
Yeah, so for me, I'm a mess. I don't think I'm going to enjoy IMTS at all because I feel like I'm running around everywhere doing speaking engagements, which is fun. But what I love about the show is being able to go to the booths and see all the people, see the machinery, see what's new. So what it is that my dad comes 3 days a week, and he'll look primarily for tooling. Like, that's his baby. That's what he loves. That's what excites him. I'll have my production manager. He's here today, and he'll be here for 3 days. And he'll look for new equipment as well as going to the tooling section. And then I've got engineering here to kind of look for the automation route, look for CAD CAM software to see what's the new developments there. And then we actually shut down the entire company on Friday, and everyone from the company does come and gets to walk the show and get to enjoy it the entire day.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
We talk a lot. Brandon and I had this conversation yesterday in the AMT booth. People get to where they know what they experience day in, day out. So when they live in the four walls of their normal shop, what their experience level is what they know. But getting out and being able to experience new things really opens up their eyes. So.
And it does. I will say that almost every piece of equipment has been purchased at IMTS, but it's been because a lot of the guys from the shop come and they say, hey, we need a parts washer. Why are we renting this? A little heat treater. Like, instead of sending it out, why couldn't we do a little bit of a heat treat? And so we bought a little furnace because of that, even down to a broaching machine. So it's great to have everyone come because it's a different perspective. And like you said, they're doing this day in and day out. And so it's great to hear what they have to say. They know what they're looking for, and they also have great ideas for us to expand services. And it's been really cool because when you do get that new piece of equipment that you've bought at IMTS, and it was solely from their thought process and them saying, like, hey, this is what we need, they really, really get a huge excitement out of that, and they think it's so cool, and they feel valued. And I think that that's so important.
Right. So they have buy-in to the new technology.
Total buy-in,
right?
yeah.
So change is going to happen one way or the other.
Yeah.
So people typically want to stiff-arm change. But going the route you do, people actually embrace it because it's their ideas.
Right, and I love change. I'm a disruptor, so it's great for me.
Oh, that's great. So I guess that's part of the key to your success, but you kind of have a culture within your company of kind of pushing the limits.
Yeah, to my dad's dismay, but I do, and it's great, and it's fun, and I do. I think it's fun to take the technology piece from it, right? Like,
right.
Manufacturing is so innovative, and so that's what I want to do with my company too. I want to keep being on the cutting edge. So that's why it's so important to come to IMTS, look around, see what's new, see what's happening, and see which ways that we can bring it into the company.
Okay, very good. So what's new for Nicole and HM?
I don't know.
There's got to be
know what I do anymore.
Vision on the next 2 to 3 year, 5 year
yes,
plan.
Of course.
What's your thoughts?
So I think to just keep up with production, we're really going hard on the automation piece. And that's because you just can't keep up anymore, and it's a great thing. And so we're trying to add automation to the Okumas. We were even looking at automating our gear hobbers because we didn't know if that was going to be a possibility. And so we're kind of walking the floor, see how we can do that. And that's great because now it's not a lights out operation that I'm looking to do, but it would be great to kind of add more hours. And it's hard to find people, so
sure.
that makes things a lot easier when they can run on their own and do that.
So the gear hobbers you have, is that newer equipment or is this older equipment and you're going to be adapting new technology to it?
Well, every 2 years we replace something. So they're newer. I would say the oldest is about a 2010. So that one we may not be able to do, but the newer ones we absolutely can. And so we're just trying to figure out what's the best option. And so, going and talking to everybody, going to the booth, seeing what is available, and if it's going to be in the budget, right?
Right.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
It's all about the return on investment.
Always,
right?
always. But no, it's a fun thing. We really enjoy it. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to add more automation, more technology pieces to it. We're really getting into all of the analytics and data. So we're plugging up the machines. We're trying to make sure that we're efficient and staying on top of our game.
Okay, excellent. Very good. So you'll be here all week. Is your father here all week as well?
No, so my dad's here 3 days.
3 days, okay.
Yeah, but I'm here all day, every day, hopefully trying to get something done.
Yep,
yeah.
Excellent. Now, do you see this as a area, do you network and garner new business for the shop?
IMTS for me is not a place where I get new business. It's a way that existing business or future business is where we start to figure out what we're looking to purchase. So actually in 2018, the reason why we got the Okuma with all the live tooling was that I had a customer come with an RFQ and said, hey, quote this out, but what we currently had wasn't going to be able to do it. So we came to Okuma specifically to try to see if we could win that business, and we did, and that's why we bought the Okuma. So to me, it's all about future business and current demand and how we can end up doing that. So that's the thought process.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. We're excited to have you here.
Well,
we
thank
appreciate
you.
your time, and we look forward to seeing the rest of your team when they come here Friday.
Absolutely. We'll stop by. We'll bug all of you.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Wade.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.